Did you know that some abandoned places can remain untouched for decades, allowing nature to reclaim them in the most eerie and beautiful ways? These are the silent kingdoms where time seems to have stopped, yet life, in a different form, flourishes. Walking these deserted streets feels like stepping into a real-life post-apocalyptic movie, a world without us, where the only sound is the wind whispering through broken panes of glass. Abandoned places have a strange, undeniable allure to them. They are monuments to impermanence, standing as solemn reminders that nothing built by human hands is meant to last forever. They captivate explorers and historians alike with their crumbling structures and forgotten stories. Each peeling layer of paint, each rust-stained wall, holds a piece of a puzzle waiting to be seen. There's something profound about walking through empty halls and streets that sparks our imagination. It's a sensory experience. The smell of dust and decay, the feel of a cool draft from a shattered window. We can't help but wonder what life was like back when these places were thriving. Who walked these floors? What conversations echoed in these rooms? What dreams were born and lost within these walls? The mystery surrounding abandoned places only adds to their profound charm. The silence is filled with unanswered questions. What drove people to leave behind their homes and livelihoods so completely? What was the final day like? Was it the slow burn of economic collapse, the sudden terror of war, or the invisible threat of disease? Sometimes the reason is tragically clear. In Ordre-sur-Glane, France, time stopped on June 10, 1944. The village was destroyed, its inhabitants massacred. Today, it stands exactly as it was left, a permanent, silent memorial. The rusting cars and empty homes are not just abandoned, they are a testament, a powerful and somber reminder of the human cost of conflict. The reasons are varied, but the outcome is often the same, a haunting silence that echoes through time, a space once filled with life, now reclaimed by stillness. As we explore these locations, either in person or through a lens, we're reminded of the very real dangers they pose. Many abandoned places are strictly off-limits due to severe structural instability, hidden pitfalls, or the unseen danger of hazardous materials like asbestos. Yet, for those urban explorers who dare to venture in, equipped with knowledge and respect, the rewards are well worth the risks. They become temporary custodians of these forgotten histories. The mystery surrounding these locations often shrouds them in an air of supernatural intrigue. Some say it's the whispers of the past that linger in the air, an energy imprinted onto the very fabric of the building. Others claim to have seen ghostly apparitions or experienced inexplicable phenomena, doors creaking open on their own, disembodied footsteps, or a sudden chilling drop in temperature. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: abandoned places have a way of unsettling us, tapping into a primal fear of being alone in a place that shouldn't be empty. From the eerie, radioactive landscapes of Pripyat to the decaying grandeur of Varosha, each location has its own unique and powerful story to tell. Some were abandoned in a sudden, frantic rush, while others were left to decay slowly over time, bleeding life until none was left. The reasons behind their abandonment are as varied and complex as the places themselves. Varosha, for instance, was once a glamorous, thriving resort town on the island of Cyprus, a playground for the rich and famous. But in 1974, following a military invasion, it was abandoned overnight. It was fenced off, leaving behind a ghost town that's still frozen in that exact moment. The streets are empty, the grand hotels are crumbling, and the silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of the nearby sea. Pripyat, on the other hand, was a modern Soviet city, evacuated in 1986 after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Its 50,000 residents were told they would be gone for only 3 days. Today, it's a desolate landscape of rusting machinery and decaying buildings, where nature has begun to aggressively reclaim the concrete jungle. The once thriving city is now a haunting reminder of the devastating power of human error and the invisible poison that forced its exodus. The island of Hashima, off the coast of Japan, is another stark example of a community vanished. Known as Battleship Island for its shape, it was a fortress of concrete against the sea. This abandoned coal mining town was once one of the most densely populated places on Earth, home to over 5,000 people, but when the coal ran out, it was abandoned in 1974. Today it's a surreal landscape of crumbling concrete and twisted metal, a city defeated not by disaster but by obsolescence. In Namibia, the desert itself is swallowing a town whole. Kolmanskop was a wealthy diamond mining village built in the German architectural style. But when a richer diamond deposit was found elsewhere, the town was deserted by the 1950s. Now the sands of the Namib Desert have reclaimed it, filling opulent homes and creating surreal, beautiful scenes of decay. In the American West, the ghost town of Bodie, California, offers a different kind of stillness. Once a booming gold rush town with a reputation for lawlessness, it's now preserved in a state of arrested decay. The buildings stand, but they are weathered and worn. Peeking through a window, you can still see tables set for dinner, a world paused mid-sentence when the gold ran dry. Some places, however, are not entirely abandoned, but are famous for their spectral residents. The Stanley Hotel in Colorado, USA, is famous for its connection to Stephen King's novel, The Shining. But did you know that its reputation for paranormal activity predates the book by decades? The hotel's majestic isolation seems to invite such stories. Guests and staff have long reported strange occurrences, from the ghostly apparitions of the original owners to inexplicable noises and phantom piano music echoing through the empty halls. The LaLaurie House in New Orleans is another location steeped in a dark and terrible history. Its beautiful exterior belies the horrors that once took place within. Once the home of Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy socialite and sadistic serial killer, it's now said to be one of the most haunted locations in the city, haunted by the tormented spirits of her victims. Beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies another world entirely. The Paris Catacombs, a vast network of underground tunnels and chambers, stretch for miles beneath the City of Light. While parts are a tourist attraction, vast sections are not entirely abandoned, but are certainly off the beaten path. An illegal and dangerous playground for urban explorers. They hold the bones of over 6 million people. The narrow, unmarked passageways and oppressive darkness can be overwhelming, making it terrifyingly easy to get lost in the labyrinthine corridors of this underground necropolis. The decline of industry also leaves behind colossal skeletons. The Packard automotive plant in Detroit, Michigan, was once a state-of-the-art factory spanning millions of square feet. After its closure in the 1950s, it began a slow, painful decay. For decades, it stood as the world's most famous modern ruin, a symbol of industrial might turned to rust and rubble, before demolition finally began. Sometimes, it's an ideology that is abandoned. High in the mountains of Bulgaria sits the Buzluja Monument, a UFO-like structure built to commemorate the Bulgarian Communist Party. Once a site of grand ceremonies, it was left to rot after the fall of the Iron Curtain. Inside, magnificent mosaics crumble, a powerful symbol of a fallen political dream. The town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, has been slowly abandoned since the 1960s, when a coal mine fire began burning uncontrollably beneath the town. Today, it's a modern ghost town, with cracked, steaming streets and empty buildings. The fire still burns, and is expected to for another 250 years, a subterranean inferno that made the surface world uninhabitable. Even places of joy and laughter can fall silent. Abandoned amusement parks are particularly poignant. The cheerful facades of rides and attractions now peel and rust, overgrown with weeds. The silence where screams of delight once echoed is profoundly unsettling, a playground for ghosts of happy memories. But perhaps the most spine-chilling story of recent abandonment is the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster in Japan. In 2011, a massive earthquake and subsequent tsunami caused a series of equipment failures, leading to a catastrophic nuclear meltdown. The abandoned exclusion zone around Fukushima is a haunting reminder of the devastating and indiscriminate power of nature when it collides with our own technology. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster is a sobering modern reminder of the immense dangers of industrial neglect and the fragility of our control over the forces we unleash. The once thriving towns within the zone are now ghost towns, abandoned and decaying, with personal belongings left exactly where they were dropped in the rush to escape. The surrounding landscape is eerily silent, a testament to an invisible threat that will linger for generations. As we reflect on these abandoned places, we're reminded of their eerie, melancholic beauty. There is a strange peace in their stillness. They're a powerful testament to the transience of human endeavor and the relentless, restorative power of nature. Each location has its own unique story to tell, a story of people, places, and events that shaped our world, and what happens after the story ends. These abandoned places hold a strange, deep fascination for us. They are portals to another time, they're a glimpse into the past, a sobering reminder of what we've lost, and a humbling testament to the enduring power of nature to reclaim what was always hers. Whether you're an urban explorer, a historian, a photographer, or simply someone who appreciates the unusual and the profound, these locations are sure to captivate and inspire. The allure of abandoned places will continue to captivate us, inspiring new generations of explorers, artists, and historians to seek out these silent storytellers. So, what's your favorite abandoned place, or one you dream of seeing? Share it with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear the stories that fascinate you. If you're interested in more urban exploration, forgotten histories, or haunted locations, be sure to subscribe and check out our next video. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the unknown.